My little theater.
Oh, no. Really, do you find that in your busy life out in Hollywood now that you're able to keep up with the things that you did in New York, the international scene, that sort of thing? Do you manage to, keep au courant?
It's harder. You don't have the great newspapers out there. I understand they don't have them here either.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah, I mean, what I can.
It's a serious profession, though, isn't it, really? I mean, the business of comedy. It's not something that people can just pick up automatically and...
Not at all, really, no, Dick.
No.
It's not serious. You can pick it up very quickly.
Yeah.
You have a natural talent for it.
Dick? You may have noticed...
you might...
I can't go on with this charade.
I was going to say, maybe a seat for me, because you might want to rap or something. I want to sit down together and... Well, here's one.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny, you see, to put
that makes one of us.
I hope you haven't herniated.
I'll be doing that later.
Anyway, that was just a little bit of humor, and if you think that by looking at the clipboard you'll find out anything at all...
No, my knee I will now keep in front of it, so I don't have to see.
Simply a prop. Where are you now? I mean, are you a California Nick, a New York Nick, a commuter?
I'm presently living in California, but at the same time I'm here, as we can see. I travel back and forth and make my home in Cincinnati to keep a grip on all sides of the country.
Sort of stop off there to get a dose of reality.
Did we just go into the sewer, or are we still here?
No, the sewer is beckoning, but we're not there yet.
I saw the tidy bowl man reaching down, and I...
I have for years.
I'll take this one.
I always felt sorry for that guy who was the actor who got the job in the toilet,
Yeah, that's the tidy bowl man. It's a nice job.
Tidy bowl man, yeah.
Got a commercial, honey.
Yeah.
That's great, Fred. What is it? I'm in a boat in a toilet. A little cheap rowboat.
Imagine.
How about the guy who played Manners, the butler? It's another good job.
I don't know where you go from a toilet job, but may have the opportunity to find out. Were you the funny guy at the fraternity? They always talk about a fraternity tinge to your comedy, or fraternity-like. I don't even know if you were in a fraternity.
I don't know what you mean by they.
Well, I mean different ones, as we say in the Midwest. The press, the scribes, the gentlemen who...
It's probably the rival fraternities.
...can make or break us.
That's true. They can make or break us.
But you weren't one of those dreadful deeks or feeks or whatever they're called. Those...
Well, a lot of we geeks don't consider it dreadful. There are ways to eat. There are ways to practice a religion. This, of course, wouldn't be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it this way.
But if I was casting about searching for a fact, you were not in a fraternity.
No,
I wasn't either. Does that surprise you?
No, not really. It doesn't particularly interest me. I wasn't in a fraternity, but
Why weren't you? And then I'll tell you why I wasn't, if I can summon some interest.
I tried to get into the sororities as much as I could. That's one reason. They just didn't have them much around those days.
At Bard?
Bard College, they didn't have fraternities.
Oh, yeah.
Bard College is a very filthy college, and small and liberal and progressive. So you don't have fraternities at a place like that because people simply rip them to pieces, burn them,
really?
And then smoke them later. That's the kind of... No, it's a very wonderful school. It's not... I'm not putting it down.
Bard backwards is drab, isn't it?
No.
No, that's right. I don't work that into me.
I will say this. Parcheesi. No, I will say...
We'll say that, eh?
I got the script for Animal House, which I haven't seen yet, the movie Animal House, and I would urge all of you to stay away.
Anyone we know in that?
Just the Sasquatch, as far as I know.
Is that what they call Belushi?
Who's they? The other big feet?
The folks around.
No, they don't. Yeah. We call him a kindly old patent tank, or a mindless old patent tank.
We're speaking of Jonathan Belushi, the distinguished actor and comic from Saturday Night Live, because not everybody sees that show.
That's true.
There are probably people who aren't watching this at the moment. And some of them are in the studio here, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, turn around, face this way if you could. Yeah,
No, I
John's
never
first
joined
job
the
was one of these
fraternity.
bricks, I believe, when he...
Those are quite convincing, aren't they? You know, I don't know if you know Mel Brooks or not, do you?
Yeah.
He once said, in a moment of light seriousness, that every comic found out by accident at some early point in his life that he was the funny kid. Without realizing it, he made his friends laugh. Certainly, I'm sure Mel did. And then
he's
learns
very
to
funny.
sort of solidify that and use it later consciously. And, well, it's a nice theory. I don't know if would that, do you recognize yourself in that? At 7 was young Chev breaking them up.
I wasn't as funny as Mel. He just kept the class in stitches. A lot of flatulence,
That means whipping yourself.
a lot of self-flatulence. In fact, I was basically a class clown with, of course, the authority of a very tall, good-looking fellow with good grades.
That's another way our lives are parallel.
Is my lip bleeding? I just pulled some of the dead skin. You know how you do that? You do this, and more comes than you thought. And before you know it, you're using an ointment on the show.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean.
I was funny in class, about this funny. And
You probably were, weren't you? I mean,
Yeah, I was a
when the
hellraiser.
teacher turned her back, you probably did something satirical with the
Turn
paper
mine.
clip. Not a bad idea. Are you the type that maps out your future? Is there a side to you that I don't suspect that goes into an office and says, gets on the phone and says, look, I want 3 pictures next year. I want this many guest shots and so, and by next so-and-so many number of years, I want to be in this position in the business. Stop me when you recognize any of this.
I'd like to just get some of that down. Was it like just 3 pictures next year?
I'd like to be that way, too, but
So I have a
don't
pilot
think I
point
am.
here for the 3-picture deals. There is a side of me that you don't see or know.
Mm-hmm.
That's my right side. Change around, you'll be able to see that side.
I think seeing a
It's
side
not funny
of
to
you...
make the sound effect. Okay? No, there isn't a side to me that has any aspiration, that drives toward any goal, that has in mind any place to get to. I've never cared about it. I've never stayed with a job more than a year, much to the credit of those who've hired me. And in fact, I was fired from Saturday night. A lot of people don't know that. I was fired for just being a little too funny.
Are you serious? Yeah.
No,
No.
I'm not serious.
But
Yeah, I have to now, of course, map out my life a little better. But it's not 3 pictures this year, that kind of thing. Actually, it is.
it may
It's
be,
2 this year.
But you don't know whether it is or not, so you're not...
I have to think 1.5 years, 2 years in advance now, which is a mind blower for me.
When you had to go through the decision of whether to leave the secure nest of New York, which is never all that secure,
Secure
but...
nest of
yeah.
New York. Cavett says, secure nest of New York, tonight at 9.
Do you... I guess my goal here is
Leaving
to
the
get
secure
your
nest of New York and going out to that wild, crazy Cleveland. At first, it scared the living pants off me.
Yeah. First thing you get to Cleveland, you buy a pool, right? You get a Rolls. That
You
sort
can rent a pool.
of...